Hello, everybody. All one of you that's watching right now. Yeah, thanks for sitting through that. I just really have always adored. Ooh, that's loud. We will put that down there. I've always adored that opening scene. And I think my plan is, as we go through, starting over from square one, new character. I'm going to be presenting all of the scenes in order. Yeah, so the idea today is that I am going to be starting a brand new character from level 1, so that all of you people who have been too broke or just don't have the time to get into this fantastic story can experience it yourselves. This is my actual character, yes, level 80 astrologian with super hot clothes, but that is what I play in my free time. We are starting from scratch. So I wouldn't be a furry without my salt if I did, a furry worth my salt, rather, if I didn't go Makote. I would do Vieira, but the male Vieira are not released yet. They're coming with the next expansion, Endwalker, which I'm so excited for. So we're gonna skip Vieira, and we're gonna go Makote. Good old Makote. The lore of this game is honestly incredible. If you guys can play it, I highly encourage you to. Final Fantasy is not a sponsor, but I will still talk up this game all fucking day. Makote. The ancestors of the Makote made their way to Eorzea during the Age of Endless Frost, traversing the frozen seas in pursuit of the wildlife upon which they subsisted. Adaptation to a hunting lifestyle has fashioned them with a keen sense of smell, powerful legs, and a tail which provides them with exceptional balance. Makote are known to be very territorial, and many individuals tend to lead solitary lifestyles, particularly males. Not me, though. I'm a slut. So we have two different cultures, essentially, within the Makote. We have the Secrets of the Sun, the self-proclaimed Secrets of the Sun of the diurnal clan of the Makote race. Their preference for the warm light of day pervades all aspects of their culture, as is apparent in their devout reverence for Eorzea, the Warden, Keeper of the Sun and Goddess of Inquiry. They are perhaps known best for their striking eyes, the result of their vertically aligned pupils and faintly colored irises. It is also not uncommon for their eyes to be disparately colored from birth, a trait considered auspicious amongst their kind. Seeker tribes can be found throughout Eorzea, with large concentrations appearing near Limsa and the Sagoli Desert. You'll notice that there are starting attributes. They really don't matter. You can be... Part of the good point of this game is that you can really be any class that you want to be. You can swap between them. Your starting class does not bind you at the beginning of the game. You don't have to make a new character to make a new class. You just swap weapons to swap classes. It's that easy. With the Keepers of the Moon as well. The Nocturnal among the Makote have dubbed themselves the Keepers of the Moon. Shying from the garish light of day, they revel in the shroud of night, with most offering their piety to Menfina, the lover, goddess of the moon. They are distinguishable from the diurnal cousins by their darker fur, larger ears, rounder eyes, more pronounced canines, and longer, skinnier tails. The ritual application of war paint to the face is still regularly practiced, as it is believed the vivid colors grant lunar powers. After a great many summers of conflict with the people of Gridania, the Keepers have finally made amends with the people of the Sylvan city-state, with some even choosing to make their homes there. Excellent. I think we'll go with Keepers of the Moon. Mostly because it has a longer tail. And we like those tails. So, height. We're gonna go... Short King. Skin color... Hard to see in this lighting. Let's switch back to here. Or... Coastline is a good place. But they're typically quite pale. Well, not necessarily pale, but the dark skin tones are more grayish. So I wonder if we can't get a happy in-between here. There we go. Tail. I like the tuft. The tuft is cute, but so is the fluff. I think we're gonna go fluffy. Fluffy tail! Always long tails. Ah, and for hairstyles. Well, that one's interesting. Look at the little buns on the side of the head. Not quite a fan of that one. That one is nice. I think I like my first choice the best. Ponytail and all. For hair color, let's make it ginger. The darker red on the accent there. Oh no, here we go. Just the gentle ombre. I wish we could get a brighter orange, that would be nice. Like a copper tone. But it seems... it is not meant to be. That's good. The face shape... this is... just... basics here. Okay, stand up so that I can see you. The transition between those two. Ugh. Nani? I think I like the first one best. He's got that serious expression. I think I'm gonna go tank in this run through. Nice pointed chin. eye shape. That's nice right there. Yeah, I think I like that one. For the irises, we of course want large. We want them prominent, where you can see them. Where we should go for the color? Let's do odd eyes. Oh yes. Oh yes, lovely. Purple and pink. I'm too gay to be normal. Eyebrows. Ah, there we go. Nice, sharp, and serious. Beautiful. Mouth. I like that. Ding. And for the lip color. Doesn't really change all that much, if I'm honest. So, let's just stick with none. Facial features. The dot. Maybe a little scar there. We'll just do the nose paint. And an orange to match my hair. Alright, tattoo, I suppose. Face paint, face paint. Oh, we can do eyeshadow. Why, yes. I think we shall. Now he looks really serious. Well, that doesn't sound very serious. That sounds constipated, so... type 5. This is great. These alone could be a meme. I think that one's good. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with type 6. It sounds most consistently in line with what I want. Well, that's that. Looking spicy there, boy. The question is, what will we call you? Hmm. My date of birth? Let's see. What do we want to be born under? Well, Umbral would be fitting. Fourth Umbral Moon. 20th day. Why not? Patron deity. So we have Halone, mover of glaciers and goddess of war, is the guardian deity of Ishgard. She commands the element of ice and is associated with the first moon of the Eorzean calendar. Halone is the daughter of Rhalgr and a bitter rival of Nofaka. She is most often depicted as a relentless warrioress armed with a bronze great shield. Her symbol is 3 spears. Menfina is the keeper of the moon and the goddess of love. She commands the element of ice and is associated with the second moon of the Eorzean calendar. Menfina is the sister of Azema and the divine lover of Oshan. She is most often depicted as a maid carrying a round skillet. Her symbol is the full moon. Thalik, ruler of rivers and wisdom and god of knowledge, is the guardian deity of Sharlayan. He commands the element of water and is associated with the third moon of the Eorzean calendar. Thaliak is the father of Limelin and the teacher of Bairagat. He is most often depicted as a reserved scholar holding an ashen staff. His symbol is the scroll. Nymea is the watcher of celestial bodies and goddess of fate. She commands the element of water and is associated with the fourth moon of the Eorzean calendar. Nymea is the younger sister of Althik and master of Rhalgr. She is most often depicted as a weaver donning a white silken veil. Her symbol is the spinning wheel. Limlane, watcher of the seas and goddess of navigation, is the guardian deity of Limsalominsa. She commands the element of wind and is associated with the fifth moon of the Eorzean calendar. Limlane is the daughter of Thaliak and the elder sister of Nofaka. She is most often depicted as a strong fisherwoman wielding a long-bladed harpoon. Her symbol is the wave. Oshan is ruler of the mountains and god of travelers and vagrants. He commands the element of wind and is associated with the sixth moon in the Eorzean calendar. Oshan is the brother of Naldthal and the close companion of Halone. He is most often depicted as a carefree ranger wielding a bow of yew. His symbol is the walking stick. Bairagat is the purveyor of architecture and industry and god of the arts. He commands the element of lightning and is associated with the seventh moon of the Eorzean calendar. Bairagat is the elder brother of Halone and pupil of Thaliak. He is most often depicted as an ardent smith with a two-headed hammer. His symbol is the hand. Rhalgr, breaker of worlds, is the god of destruction and guardian deity of the now-fallen nation of Alamigo. He commands the element of lightning and is associated with the eighth moon of the Eorzean calendar. Rhalgr is the father of both Bairagat and Halone, and serves as attendant to Nymea. He is most often depicted as a magus carrying a staff of bronze. His symbol is the streaking meteor. Azema is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. She commands the element of fire and is associated with the ninth moon of the Eorzean calendar. Azema is the daughter of Althik and the eldest sister of Menfina. She is most often depicted as a noble lady holding a golden fan. Her symbol is the radiant sun. One moment. I am fetching myself a drink. Next, Nald Thal, overseer of the underworld and god of commerce, is the guardian deity of Ul'dah. He commands the element of fire and is associated with the 10th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Nald Thal is the single manifestation of the deific twins Nald and Thal. He is most often depicted as a discerning merchant holding a balance. His symbol is the cowrie, an ancient shell currency. Nofika, tender of soils and harvests, and goddess of abundance, is the guardian deity of Gridania. She commands the element of earth and is associated with the 11th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Nofika is the daughter of Azema and the younger sister of Lemnian. She is most often depicted as a jubilant farmer holding a scythe of steel. Her symbol is the spring leaf. Althik is the surveyor of change and space, and god of time. He commands the element of earth and is associated with the 12th moon of the Eorzean calendar. Althik is the father of Zema and Menfina, and elder brother to Nymea. He is most often depicted as an austere emperor wielding a mithril great axe. His symbol is the hourglass. I do believe that Roger is a good pick. Also, my hair looks much more copper in this light. I'm very satisfied. Alright. So now, we get to pick starting class. This is just basic stuff. We've got Disciples of War and Disciples of Magic here. There are many more classes in this. These are the starting classes. Once you hit level 30, you get to turn them into a job. Once you hit the expansions, you can pick up job classes that were a part of those expansions, including Samurai, what have we got? Dark Knight, which I think we're gonna do. We're gonna start out as Gladiator, which leads into Paladin for a job class. And I think, attention span willing, we'll go through and into Heavensward and pick up the Dark Knight. Gladiators specialize in the handling of all manner of one-handed blades, from daggers to longswords, be they single or double-edged, straight or curved. A defining characteristic of the art is its emphasis on diverse combat tactics, training its members to bring their martial skills to bear in any situation. As such, there are practitioners who marry sword with shield, seeking to defend their fellow companions. Others opt for an empty offhand, choosing instead to focus entirely on their sword arm. In all instances, the ages-old art of the sword makes the gladiator a formidable adversary in any encounter. So, just for the sake of those at home, Gladiator and Marauder are the starting tank classes. Of course, you don't really get to tanking necessarily until you get your job class at level 30 and pass a certain point in the story. But if you're going for tank, you want to start Gladiator or Marauder. If you're going for healer, you're going to want to pick Disciples of Magic, and you go either Conjurer or Arcanist. Conjurer leads into White Mage. Arcanist is the odd one out of the whole group because it actually has two options. You can go DPS as the summoner, or you can go healer by choosing Scholar for your job class. Thaumaturge is an extremely high DPS. The only magic DPS starting out. But then you also have Pugilist, Lancer, Archer that you can choose. And if you go to Limsa Limensa, you can pick up Rogue to go into Ninja for DPS as well. But we're gonna go Gladiator because we want to end up as a Paladin. Now, I'm on the Crystal Data Center. There's not necessarily any problem with where you start. You can migrate worlds now. Jump between them, but I'm gonna go Kurum because on my other character I have my FC, my free company, my guild in Kurum. Now we need a name. And I think we're gonna try Azure Vishar, one of my mini characters. And it looks like it's available. Fabulous. Why, yes, I do wish to begin a new game with this character. In we go. Time for story. Well, almost time for story. There's often a queue on these worlds. It's really nothing to worry about. The queues go by super quick. Not a new world situation like a certain company has going on right now. Not naming any names, but it starts with an A and ends with an Amazon.
Here. Here. Feel.
Spicy. Great way to start. Just a warning in advance, everybody. The first part of the game is going to be very cheesy. It just is. Still great. I still adore the lore despite the cheese. But the story really gets good once we hit Heavensward, the first expansion. You alright, lad? You were moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the aether, I reckon. You'll get used to it, though, don't worry. This guy's Scottish, apparently. When I do his voice, at least. You there, halt! What's all this about? Inspection. Then search the carriage. I'm just an honest peddler, friend. So, don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. All these guards seem a little spicy. Look, sir, Somnus! Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Extortion, huh? Heh, business as usual. Ah! Eorzea! Eorzea! Well, look at those boys. They're angry. Consider this a warning. Now go, all of you! Alright, go do your jobs and stop harassing us. Corrupt bastards. You get what you deserve. Which is to say, punched in the face! That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. Oops. You be careful around them blast blades, lad. Bastards will have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Think they're gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seeing as we still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Ah, the twins. Prince the name, and Paladin's me trade. Also, the first section of the game doesn't have much voice acting, and the voice acting is... well, you'll see. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of the new adventurers. I knew it! Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Good question. Glory, power, fortune? Power. Oh, look at those fangs. Hot boy fangs. As in, power to do good, like protecting the weak and fighting for what's right and all that. Aye, I thought that's what you meant. Well, adventurers do get up to that a lot of fighting, that's for sure. You'll never be short of a chance to polish your warcraft in the adventuring business. When you arrive in town, you'd best enroll at the Adventurers Guild. They'll get you on the right path. And it wouldn't hurt to join a guild, neither. Uldal's home to a few, so if you fancy learning how to fight with a sword, your fists, or even spells, you should think about seeking one out. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. I now profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Ul'dah? Well, technically no. I've been here multiple times. Just on a different character. But of course it ain't. Still might be, as this journey to Tinard has a few new things to teach you about your destination. Uldah's ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folk know, the Syndicate holds the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies would happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen when she still commands the loyalty of the Royalists, and the Royals are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, the Lizard Men, that's the Amalja, couldn't care less about Ul'dah politics. They have their own interests, see? And they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers, need breed and profit, and though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Yeah, at long last. Behold Ul'dah, jewel of Thanalan, where folk turn sand into gold.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises, a solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance, her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
And here's where we part ways, lad. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's out into the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prattle. Ah yes, thank you for this empty air. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all.
Thanks,
For
narrator.
by fire are we reborn.
True that. Am I getting stream lag? I cannot tell. Give me a hot second. Dang, yeah, it looks like I am. I am going to need some more RAM. Okay. Close what we can. See if that helps it at all. And let's get Discord out of here too. Less to process. Better frame rates. There we go. That's much better. About to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city. Free of charge even, just this once like. Sure, Wymond. I'll take your advice. Welcome to Ul'dah, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Please, select the control scheme you wish to use. Mouse and keyboard, obviously. Don't even try using a controller, you will regret it once you start doing dungeons. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the positions of the camera. Well, I'm ready to proceed. Whoops. Oh, oh dear. Oh, goodness. Oh. It's all so tiny. 1 second. No, not the layout. My bad. Wait, I've got this. Gotta make it readable. Why didn't that change anything? It is still not changing anything. Aha. Oh. I'll just deal with that. That's still readable. However, I will need to change my keybinds. We'll get to that. Yes, yes. I do know the controls for this game. I have played before. Explain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse. I don't know why everyone's Scottish when I voice them. Irish, rather. You're certain to get mugged or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. So before you do anything else, you'll want to head over to the Quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. It's all just practice for my D&D. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventuring, adventurer. Thanks, buddy. Wow, my first quest, and all I have to do is walk through some doors. Yes, yes, duty list. Da-da-da. Yes, yes, we want... that... You will need 3 by the time you get into late game stuff. Trust me. 9, 10, pet hotbar. No, we want shortcuts, maybe. Nope. System. Cycle through hotbars. Aha, here we go. Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Done. I do not wish to say anything, thank you. Oh, good God. Hold on. What did I mess up with my keybinds? Chat. Ready chat log. Is my alt stuck? I appear to be experiencing technical difficulties. Give me a moment. For the love of God, I changed nothing. Qns WASD. Yes. Hotbar. Okay. Help! I don't know what I've done. Chat. Enter. Enable direct chat. Oh. Well, that's what I've done. Okay, I fixed it! I have no idea what that was. Anyway. I am going to do one more thing. Wrong. Which is... adjust... a few things just to reduce lag here, because God, I'm looking over here and I can see how many frames I'm losing, because I just don't have the RAM to run OBS and this. What else we got? Grass quality. Normal should do. Disable running objects when not visible. Enable wet surface effects. Use low detail models on distant objects. Yes, 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 yes. Well, I think that's the best that we're gonna get for now until I upgrade my RAM. If anybody wants to donate to me for some RAM, God knows I need it. Alright, first quest. Speak to Momodi. Hello, Momodi. Ah, yes, you point at that book. Why, hello there. Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. It does please me, Momodi. How pleasant. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ul'dah, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you, that is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with Eorzea, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on, forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. Oh, I know what they're plotting. Aha! I need that outfit. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath it all there's worry. Worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the lesser moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an 8th hell. Ah, Bahamut, you terrifying creature. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next, some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is they don't. Nobody does. There's one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. I can explain all of this in just a second. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why we welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand and try to leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Sure. I'll run your fetch quests for you. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the quicksand, too. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. I'll write it in the worst chicken scratch you've ever seen, Memodi. Look at those letters, they're completely unreadable. Azure Vishar, my, you're like a doctor, you can actually read that? Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. All right, Mr. Vishar. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness, I swear to you. I'll bring you your money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Look at this cocksucker. Be grateful you were given a 4th chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. Mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Oh. Charming. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, just pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, all right? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Welcome to Ul'dah. When do I get to swing my sword at stuff? Not yet. More lore. But first... level up! You've taken the first step as an adventurer in the city of Ul'dah. Listen well to the wisdom of Momodi Modi. Then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Ba, 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 ba. there. Important quests used to tell the story of Eorzea and her people. Yes, main quests. Main quests go up here. Let's just move you down here. Ba-da-da-da-da. Let's just move you down a little bit. Hotbar 3. No, transparency settings. Why can't I see it? Ah, that's why. There we go. I'll need it eventually. Momodi, the proprietress... English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Proprietress of the Quicksand wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Yes, ma'am. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform, so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetheryte Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach the Emerald Avenue, then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetheryte. If it weren't for Aetherites, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune to them before you can use them, so be sure to do that. You ever attuned with an Aetherite before, Azure? When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Gladiators Guild over at the Colosseum. Assuming that sword ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Eldar, as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure as you don't pay more than you ought, Azure. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short, then, visit the Aetheryte Plaza, the Gladiators Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there's more than a few unsavory characters out there who'll try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems that you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk here are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you can get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over there yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you get going. Oh, and let me know when you're finished, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. Hi, buddy. I will give you a nod. Gotta forget how cheesy the opening act of this game is, honestly. Yes, menu, navigation, I'm aware. Oh, right. And character. Actions. And we'd like, on page 10, sprint. Uh... Map, system... Okay, where's teleport? The action, auto attack, limit break. 2 limit break there. Won't need it for ages. Oh god, character, duty, logs, travel. Party. No. Social. No. System. No. Where the fuck is it? I'll deal with that later. People getting spicy out here. Love it. First, the Aetherite Plaza. Let's see if the dancing man is here. He is! Kurl is famous for this guy right here. Nosage Blackrock. He's here dancing at all hours of the day. Really, it feels like it's all he logs in for. Gotta love it. Now we attune. Hail, adventurer! Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Excellent, which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into ethereal energies, and are primarily used as a means of travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you've heard of the return and teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to the flow of aether. Given that there is an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites and transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Thanks, buddy. Ah, here we go. That's why. I can now use the return spell. So, now we just go to actions and traits. Main commands. Nope, nope. Actions, nope. Roll, nope. General, here it is. Return. There we are. Oh, one last thing. should. Set favorite destination. That makes it cheaper. You can set a few favorite destinations. And the home point is automatically set, it appears. So we're good. Now off we go to the Gladiators Guild. Squeak, 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 squeak. My boots are like those boots that SpongeBob had in that one episode. Squeak, 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 squeak. Squeak, squeak, or squeak 'em. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild, friend. Tell me, are you new to the thrills of Mortal Kombat? Whether you are or not, you're new to us. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in Ul'dah. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast as to one day allow him to claim a seat on the Syndicate? True facts. But it's kind of sad that in order to claim a seat of power, you have to fight to the death. There's no truer embodiment of this than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. I guess not technically to the death. Nobody really dies in this arena. There are such things as healers in this world. If you desire glory, to fight and triumph midst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong. Glory, honor. Well, yes, I think that I will. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name in legend? Or will you resign yourself to mediocrity? No, I'm gonna be legendary. Make way for Azure Vashar, fresh meat coming through. We're just gonna complete this little thing. Or at least get it rolling. Make sure to do your job quests, people. This is a good, strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I am Milla, Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts. I presume you have your reasons for choosing sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it easiest to learn. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Azure, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword and, if it be your fate, die by it? Yes. Then welcome, Gladiator, to your new home. Let's not waste time, shall we? I would gauge your aptitude in the sword. Just outside the gates of Ul'dah, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Slay 3 of each, and return here when finished. A simple task, but essential to your training nonetheless. Demon brick! Look at this cute thing. It is a brick with wings. Oh, they vanished. Frankly, for anybody just starting out in this game, I will tell you, first of all, do your job quests. 100% do your job quests. But any other side quests, you don't need to do if you're just trying to get through the story. Legit. Don't need to do them. You will get so much experience from the main story, especially with Road to 70 going on, that until you hit the Shadowbringers expansion, you don't need to worry about grinding for levels or doing side quests. They will be a distraction. You can if you want to. Enjoy the game how you like. But you don't need to. You will level up so fast that you will outpace the story. It's time for combat! You ready? Check this out. Hey, you there! Ah, my bad. I was doing it wrong. Ding, 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 dead. Just gotta turn that down a little bit. Whoop! Some loud sword slashes. Perish! Easy peasy. Binding items, I already know about that. Items bind to you after a certain time of use, which means that you can't really trade them on the market. Which is fine, really. If you want to trade on the market, you'll want to get into the gathering and crafting classes. Snapping Shrew. You going down, buddy? Well, you think you're so tough? You ain't shit. I got a sword and an attitude problem. What do you got? A big nose. A disturbingly large nose. Look at that nose. My God, that is a nose. And just like that, quest complete. Onwards! Back to the Gladiator Guild! I'll get to the Sapphire Avenue in a bit. Not to worry, not to worry, we'll get there. Job quest first. By the way, guys, let me know if the game lag isn't... Actually, I would like to know, how's my voice coming through? Is my voice lagging at all? Is the audio from the game lagging, or is it just rendering lag? Because if this is causing audio lag, then we may need to postpone the remainder of these streams until I fix my memory problems. I take it you've dispatched the beasts, and with ease. Rest assured, there will be far greater challenges to come. If you wish to master the sword, you must test yourself against a wide variety of foes. To this end, I present to you this hunting log. It contains information on creatures ideal for a gladiator in training. Hunting log is easy way to earn experience. Target a certain type of creatures. The end. It is only with such practice that you will learn to recognize and eliminate the deficiencies in your technique. Your training under me shall continue once the haft sits so snugly in your hand that you cannot imagine holding aught else. Until then, Azure. Thanks for the food, lady! Melee-oriented classes, yes. So now we have our first combo. Fast Blade delivers an attack with a potency of 200. Riot Blade delivers an attack with a potency of 100, but if you use Fast Blade before it, you have a few seconds to cast Riot Blade, and it will up the damage to a potency of 300. Lots of classes, lots of melee classes, especially, have combos, chains that you do. Just how it works. I mean, every class has a rotation of sorts that you learn. I would say, except for healers. Healers don't typically have a rotation. It's just a matter of you've got to keep an eye on your allies and remember when to re-up your protections and your regens on them, and when it's safe to deal damage to the enemy instead of focusing on healing. Well, I intended for this to be a short stream, and so it shall probably be. Oh, I've forgotten to attune to the Aethernet. Can teleport quickly around sections of the city with this. Yeah, here, when I have been up for a while, so most likely I'm going to be calling it a night soon, especially since don't seem to have a lot of people watching right now. And you are? Oh, a newly come adventurer, but of course, yes, I'm Cesaroga. What can I do for you? Ah, you'd have me teach you the ways of the marketplace. Very wise. As for my fee, what, you expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest! Well, here, I'll offer you this note. Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand on the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace of the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Ul'dah's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Vilbrand and Eldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Ul'dah as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided he has sufficient funds. Which I don't. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer. A deadlier sword, perhaps, or a shinier trinket. Whatever you want, the exchange will have it. To the north, you will find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curatives, and crafting materials. And to the south, you will find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. True that. That is all the complimentary aid you shall have from me, and far too much for my taste. Regards to Momodi. Now off with you. Thanks, buddy. Back to the quicksand. Oh, dang it. I did the dumb thing. I forgot to attune to the Aethernet shard. Oh, well, I'll do it later. Hello. I am standing on your food. You don't seem bothered by this. How was your first tour of the city, Asher? Get lost, did you? Aye, well, Udall's a big place with lots to see and do, but wandering around aimlessly don't pay the bills. If you're serious about making a living here, you'll need to remember where things are. When you go exploring, explore like you've got a purpose, eh? Yes, ma'am. Bum 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 ba da ba. Thanks, madam. All right. Well. I think that's all I got in me for tonight. Everybody, I really should be getting to bed. I'm exhausted. But it's a good start. I am going to review this VOD and see how bad the rendering lag is. Hopefully it's not as bad as it looks. But I can see right over here that it's at like 47 FPS. So, probably need some more RAM. Definitely need some more RAM. Well, guys, thanks for stopping in. It's been fun. This character I will only be doing during stream, so stay tuned. You'll get to watch the whole story play out. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Sleep well, everybody.